So in moving to cloud, it's a pretty big program. What were some of the roadblocks that you ended up encountering, and how did you ultimately overcome them?
Well, by far the biggest potential roadblock was COVID, which we may have heard of as other people viewing this. It meant just we originally started the program in 2018. I joined in 2019 with a view that we were looking to replace EBS in time, which would have been 2021, although we actually went live in 2022. The key thing with COVID was that it struck just as we were ending the procurement and considering signing the supplier. And I remember having the call and us just having to pick up our bags and go. And that's how it continued for me, particularly at first, because I had to work from home and was based on something that Norfolk do as a strategic part of the government. We have to cover certain aspects of sort of national safety and things like that, such as outbreaks and things like that with disaster recovery. And for us, that meant we had to do a silver response, it was called, to help with the pandemic and issuing support and care to the citizens of Norfolk. And I played a part in that I helped project manage putting in something called the Norfolk Vulnerability Hub, which took the national data for Norfolk, the whole region, districts as well as the whole county essentially, and we used that through a cloud solution to deliver the food packages we all saw in the news, and manage communications with residents. That took the best part of 6 months out of my schedule on the programme, as other key people, because obviously in that scenario, the key personnel were selected to deal with the response at the time. So that was by far the biggest hurdle, because on top of that, it involved us all working from home suddenly. And although I'm quite familiar myself home working, not everyone is, and certainly I'd say a lot of councils wasn't something readily done for people. And the idea of putting in a big programme working remotely seemed pretty far out at the time. However, we did. The strategic decision was to continue. We signed the contract. And as you heard, we continued with implementation, did it essentially completely remotely. And, some of the things we'll touch on later with the learnings from that, obviously that did have a bit of an impact on it. As I alluded to, it did have a bit of slippage in the date, which probably in reality doesn't come as any surprise to people.
Andy, thank you for taking the time today to share your insights with us.
Absolutely welcome, Aaron. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.